first question I have for you is, what do you believe qualifies you for this position in the eyes of voters?
I've been a practicing attorney for 27 years, litigating cases in federal court and state court. So I have more actual courtroom experience and litigation experience than my opponent does.
Conversely to that, why should your opponent not get a second term?
Well, she's proven over the last 4 years that she puts politics over victims. We have the highest crime rate in the state right now than we've seen in decades. We've moved up to number 10 in sex trafficking. We've got illegal fentanyl flowing across the borders, destroying families, killing children. We've got a failed education system where Dana Nessel says she wants to put a drag queen in every classroom. And we got businesses leaving the state of Michigan saying they'll no longer invest in Michigan because it's no longer safe. She doesn't support the police, and I say we need to start funding the police. We have to support them, give them every resource they need. We have to start prosecuting crime again. That's why she should not be reelected.
Is there a specific example that you can point to of politics over victims?
Yeah, sure. There is the lawsuit she filed in federal court in Grand Rapids, where she specifically targeted Catholic organizations and adoption procedures. The federal judge in that case told Dana Nessel to stop weaponizing her office and stop attacking people with deeply held religious beliefs. That's one example. The second example is the Flint water case. We all know that Bill Schuette had filed indictments against Republicans and Democrats before he left office. Dana Nessel stepped in, dismissed all of those cases, and then weaponized her office specifically against Rick Snyder and his administration. In a 6-0 decision by the Michigan Supreme Court, they came back and said, Dana Nessel, you weaponized your office in an illegal and unconstitutional Star Chamber comeback and dismissed all of those cases. Now we know that the statute of limitations has expired on all those charges. Everyone who was injured in Flint, families, people who lost their lives, no one will ever see justice again because of the incompetence of Dana Nessel and the way she weaponized her office.
I do want to follow up on another point that you had made in the previous question. It has become a part of political ads as well, is the drag queen in schools. Was that not a joke or meant to be a joke when she said it in that speech?
No, I don't think that's a joke. I think she was setting up a trial balloon to see how it would float across the state. And only after she realized that it didn't sell well with voters, after her political comm director quit because of that, and after several weeks is when she came out and said that it was a joke. But at that time, she said, drag queens are fun, they're good for education, let's put a drag queen in every class. This is her philosophy of over-sexualizing our children in school. We see it coming down through the Michigan Department of Education, telling kids that they should no longer trust their parents. This stuff has to end in our education system, and it's happening because Dana Nessel lets it happen.
Some opponents have argued that your opponent doesn't always follow the law, and therefore I want to ask you, are there any laws that are currently on the books that you would choose not to follow?
I can't think of any. I think the role of the Attorney General is to enforce the law, not make the law. We need equal protection under the law, regardless of age, sex, creed, religion, and I think that's the job. And Dana Nessel has failed miserably.
And would that include then Prop 3 if that were to pass?
To enforce Prop 3?
Correct.
Well, if Prop 3 passes, I think that's the will of the voter. I have no problem at all with what the legislature passes and what the will of the people does in terms of passing referendum. It's not my job as the Attorney General.
How do you think that your active legal issues weigh on voters right now?
How do you mean active legal issues?
Specifically, the accusations that you are alleged to have illegally accessed voting machine equipment.
Well, first, we didn't illegally access anything. We had a court order from the Antrim County Court to examine the Antrim County voting system and look at 22 separate tabulators. But it's a distraction. It is a huge distraction that the voters have to deal with. Rather than you asking me questions about the high crime in this state, about the fact that carjackings are up 750%, rather than talking about the fentanyl problem, the sex trafficking problem, our broken election system, our broken education system, and why businesses are leaving, Dana Nessel has got the media distracted and asking about this issue with tabulators, which she has created. She's the one that started an investigation using taxpayer dollars, again, weaponizing her office against political opponents for a political benefit. And she's done it 3 months before the general election. She was my opposing counsel in the Antrim County case. If she thought I was doing anything wrong, she could have gone to the judge, sought an order from the judge to hold me in contempt or get some order saying that I was doing something wrong. She did none of that. She waited months, I think about 12 months, before she came out and made this public that she was running her own really rogue investigation into her political opponent. And whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent, you should be terrified that you have an attorney general right now who does not have the support of police, because she's got more police under investigation than any point in our state's history. Talk to any sheriff deputy out there, they'll tell you the same thing. They do not feel like they have the support from her office, and rather than focusing on that, we have to answer these questions.
I do want to ask you this, given the division of this country, this state, with so much of it emanating from the 2020 election, are you confident that you can be the top lawyer for all Michiganders, and why, and how do you unify? How do you do that?
Absolutely. Listen, in 2016, Democrats challenged elections across the board. Stacey Abrams from Georgia still will not concede her election. In 2016, I heard no Republican ever saying that Democrats didn't have the constitutional right under the First Amendment to make challenges. 2020 came along, and Republicans made challenges, which was their constitutional right. And we see Democrats in an uproar about that. There's a real hypocrisy there. But again, my vow to everyone in the state is to enforce the law equally and be the law firm for the people.
If elected, what are your top priorities?
My top priorities are, number one, we need to stop the Line 5 litigation. We need to allow Enbridge to build the tunnel to bring cheaper, affordable energy to everyone in the UP and northern Michigan. They rely on that. That is part of their family budget, and they're struggling right now in the UP and northern Michigan to pay their bills. So that's a top priority. Number two, work with law enforcement. Make sure they have the support they need, make sure they're fully funded, make sure they have counseling services, and they have the full support of the Attorney General's office to allow them to go out, make arrests without criminal persecution. That's a top priority. And number three, fix our education system. We need to make sure we get critical race theory out of classes, teach the kids critical math, critical reading, critical science, prepare them for life, allow them to go to trade school, and make them a real, viable, important member of society so that companies will hire them. That will bring business back to the state of Michigan.
Will you accept the results of this election regardless of who is declared winner?
I'm going to win, so obviously I'll accept the results.
And if you don't?
Well, I'm going to win, so I'll accept the result.
What specifically is it about our election process that leads you to believe that there could be large-scale fraud?
Well, we know what happened in the 2020 election, and this shouldn't be a partisan issue. That's what shocks me about this. There's nothing partisan about saying that as a free republic, we need to make sure that the people we elect and send to Washington or Lansing are properly elected. That's our right. So look at what happened in the last election. Jocelyn Benson sent out pre-filled absentee ballot applications in violation of the law. A court later determined that that was unconstitutional. She also told clerks across the state to ignore signature verification requirements. That was unconstitutional and illegal. And then she allowed Zuckerberg to come into our state with millions of dollars of illegal campaign finance contributions and install collection boxes in Democrat-controlled areas. None of that should have been allowed in our state. And we know that that creates fraud. It's the absentee ballot application process right now that doesn't match up with the qualified voter roll that needs to be fixed.
And is that large enough of a scale that would have changed the 2020 results?
Well, we don't know, do we? All I did was take a look at Antrim County, and we saw significant problems in that county. But the Democrats stopped us from looking statewide. So what's wrong with looking? If there's no problem, the Democrats should be an open book and say, look at everything we did. They didn't. They denied Republicans across the state access to ballots, access to voting equipment. Listen, our voting system is one of the most important things we have in the country. It is an issue of national security, but it's one of the only things we spend no money on auditing. You explain that to me. Why can't we audit our election system? It doesn't make any sense.
So I asked you what your priorities were. I want to give you an opportunity if there is other topics aside from those three priorities that you want to discuss.
Look, we need to fix our state. Our state is failing. This is the state I was born in, I grew up in, I met my wife, I raised my kids in the state of Michigan. I think it's the greatest, most beautiful state in the country. And we see it failing right now. We see it failing because of the Democratic progressive policies, high crime rate, refusal to prosecute violent felonies, pushing felons out the back door every time they come in with no bond. They just go out and commit more crimes. We're not supporting the police right now in this state. We have terrible energy policies. We got a terrible tax structure, and we're driving businesses away. They're moving to Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, because those are states that have a very pro-business environment. They're making money out there. We're struggling in this state right now, and it has to change. We need someone in the top law enforcement office position who's going to support the police, enforce the law for everyone, and bring business back to this state.